The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of Velveeta, the famous pasteurized processed cheese food that tastes so good and is so good for you. Yes, Velveeta is another of the Kraft family of fine foods. Foods you can depend on for delicious eating, for wholesome, healthy eating. So remember, to get the cheese food of quality, get Velveeta, the cheese food that's made by Kraft. Well, the biggest news in the great Gildersleeve's town right now is that television has come to Summerfield. There's a tall new transmitter above the reservoir, and the local appliance stores haven't had so much fun since radio came in. Of course, television hasn't been accepted by everybody.
By George, I've counted 11 antennas on the way downtown. Look at that house with 3 on it. They're ruining the architecture. Oh, well, it's just a fad. Television will pass, just like the horse and buggy. Wait a minute. Can I believe my eyes? There's an antenna on Peavy's drugstore. Those things cost money. What's Peavy doing with one? Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Peavy, I see you have a television set.
That's what everybody says who comes in here.
I'm a little surprised to see one in your drugstore.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, it gets a little quiet around here.
Well, why didn't you put the set in your home?
It's never quiet at home.
Oh?
When I get home evenings, Mrs. Peavy likes to tell me about her day. Remarkable woman, Mrs. Peavy. Remembers everything. And tells me. We'd never get around to watching television.
Well, at our house, we wouldn't have much time to watch. Give me some cigars, Peavy.
Very well. Right after I turn on the television.
I'm in a bit of a hurry, Peavy.
It only takes a second.
It'll only take you a second to sell me some cigars.
I'll sell them to you. Just keep your shirt on.
Peavy.
Well, here comes something.
Peavy, my cigars, please.
Look, they're showing pictures of Niagara Falls.
I have pictures of Niagara Falls on my stereoscope.
Not with the water running.
Do I get my cigars or not?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Gildersleeve. Cigar coming up. Yeah, here you are.
Peavy, take your eyes off the screen. You handed me a fountain pen.
Uh-oh. Well, why don't you just help yourself to the cigars?
Help myself? Oh, what a drugstore.
Look, there's a couple of honeymooners.
Here's your money. Give me my change.
You mean you don't have the right change?
No.
No, fiddlesticks. Now I've got to go to the cash register.
Peavy, what's come over you?
Oh, look, there's the Gulf of Mexico. I wonder what happened to the honeymooners.
Well, here comes the judge. At least he'll talk to me.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Judge, what's new?
I have a television set, Gilda.
You too?
Peavy, what kind of a picture do you get on Channel 3?
Well, let's take a look.
Peavy, I demand my change.
Yeah, there's Channel 3, Judge. Nothing on but a test pattern.
Your pattern isn't as good as mine. You're getting interference.
Judge, let him finish waiting on me.
But he's getting ghosts.
He'll be a ghost if he doesn't get me my change. I have to go to the office.
Well, go to the office. I've got to get my set tuned in.
Peavy, I think your antenna is pointed in the wrong direction.
Now, don't tell me which way to point my antenna.
Confound it, Peavy. I have change coming.
Oh, now I'm getting a picture.
It's an English movie.
Peavy, before the judge came in, I took some cigars and gave you $1. I want my change.
Well, I don't have time to make change. You take the $1 and I'll put you on the boat.
But, Peavy, you've been so busy with television you don't even know how many cigars I took.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
No, I'm getting out of here. This isn't a drugstore. It's a penny arcade.
Mm-hmm.
television can do to people. The judge and Peavy are like a couple of kids with a new toy. Yeah, I'm glad my little family hasn't gone gaga about it.
I think it should go over here in the corner, Leroy.
Well, hello, everybody.
Oh, no, Marge, we ought to put it where we can see it from the dining room.
How's Bertie gonna see it from the kitchen?
Hey, I'm home.
Oh, hello, Unky. Hi.
Evening, Miss Gildersleeve.
Bertie, I saw a beautiful early American set at Hogan Brothers.
I don't care what kind we get, just so it has a big screen.
Big screen. Just what are we talking about?
We're deciding where to put the television set.
Somebody buying a television set?
Yeah, you. Aren't you?
Oh, no. There'll be no TV in this house.
Are you kidding? Unky, don't you want to see the television programs?
I've seen a television program this morning at Peavy's drugstore.
Does Mr. Peavy have a set?
You should have seen Peavy and the judge. They had them hypnotized.
Well, television is new to Summerfield, Unky. Mr. Peavy's just like everybody else who has a new set.
Yeah, when are we getting one?
Leroy, we've led orderly lives up to this point. But if we buy a television set, we'll spend every minute in front of it. We'll be eating our meals with cowboys and Indians. Staying up all night watching it.
Oh, boy, when do we get it?
Leroy, we don't get it.
Oh, listen to that, Bertie. Isn't Unky a tease?
Yes, sir.
Oh, of course we'll have a television set. Why, it's a marvelous thing.
Yeah.
It's become a part of American home life.
Oh, yes, and I heard tell of somebody's housekeeper who threatened to quit because they wouldn't buy a set.
What's this, Bertie?
Yes, sir. She didn't care about the pay. All she wanted was a 21-inch screen.
When are we going shopping, Unky?
Marshall, we are not going shopping. There'll be no TV. N-O-T-V.
But, Uncle Mort, we took it for granted we'd get a set.
Yeah, they're even advertising on the radio that you can have a television set in by tonight.
I'm just dying to see that new puppet show.
I was reading about a big amateur hour that's on tonight.
Heck no, we're going to watch a mystery tonight.
Leroy, we're watching the puppet.
Oh, yeah?
Now, wait a minute. You're arguing about what we'll watch, and we don't even have a set. I'm not spending hundreds of dollars just to buy a gadget that starts arguments. Now, let's everybody wash for dinner.
How do you like that?
I believe he means it.
He's a holdout if I ever saw one.
Well, this family's going to have a television set. I'm going to have a talk with Uncle Mort right now.
Now, wait a minute, Marge. That's no way to get anything out of Unc.
Oh?
You can't get any place arguing with him. You got to be slick. You got to work around him the way I do. You got to make Unc want a set.
Leroy, how you going to make him do that?
Well, one way would be to get him to the store where they sell them. If you want a fish to bite, you got to get him close to the bait.
Yeah, but Unky's no fish.
Okay, whale.
You better not let your uncle hear you mention whale.
Just kidding, Bertie. I'll tell you what I'll do. After dinner, I'll get Unc to walk down to the corner appliance store with me.
Oh, he won't go?
Sure he will. Let's see. Yeah, the cord to Bertie's electric iron needs fixing.
Leroy, there ain't nothing wrong with the cord or mine.
There will be by after dinner. A loose screw or something. You women just leave everything to me. Unc!
Well, it's worth a try, Bertie. Get the iron cord.
Unc, you in your room?
What is it, Leroy?
May I come in?
You may on one condition.
What's that?
That you don't mention television.
Oh, I wouldn't think of mentioning it.
Then you may enter.
Thanks, Unc. You're good to me.
Oh?
After dinner, how about walking down to the corner with me?
What for?
Well, I'm supposed to take Bertie's ironing cord to be fixed.
What happened to it?
Who knows? Anything can happen to an ironing cord. How about it, Unc?
Leroy, you don't need me for that.
Yes, I do. It'll be dark. And I feel so much safer when you're with me.
Leroy, you go out after dark all the time.
Well, I shouldn't. I'm just a little kid.
Little kid?
Of course, if you don't care what happens to me.
Well, you know I do, my boy, but...
Besides, I haven't seen you all day. It's a chance for you and me to be together, Unc.
Well...
After dinner, let's get out of the house. Away from the women. We can walk along and discuss important things.
Yeah, all right, Leroy. I think I'd enjoy that.
Swell, Unc. By the way, do you happen to know where the little screwdriver is? Nice night, huh, Unc?
Yeah. Say, most of the houses seem to be dark tonight. Suppose everybody's in bed this early?
Nah. Most of them have television sets.
All right, Leroy, let's not get on that subject.
Sorry, Unc. I was just answering your question. In fact, I'm on your side now.
Oh?
We don't need a TV set. Why spend all that money?
Well, that's what I say.
If we want to see TV, we can go to somebody else's house and watch. Pretty soon everybody will have one but us. Look in that house right there, Unc.
Hmm?
If we want to see that program, we can stand right here and watch it. We don't mind shivering.
Come along, Leroy.
Sure. It's nothing but dancing girls.
Oh?
Come along, Unc.
Silly stuff.
I feel the same way. What a waste of time. Besides, I should be studying nights. I don't have time for television.
I'm glad you agree with me, my boy.
Of course, it's different with you. When you come home tired from the office, you're entitled to relax. They'll be televising the baseball games this summer.
They will?
But you don't want to sit in your easy chair watching a baseball game. You can read about it the next day in the paper after everybody else has seen it.
Yes.
Well, here's the appliance store.
Yes, take the ironing cord in, Leroy.
Aren't you coming in?
Yeah, I'll wait out here.
Might take a little while. They got good, comfortable seats inside, huh?
Yeah, I know. In front of television sets.
You can turn your back to them.
Well, it is a little chilly out here.
After you, Unc.
Leroy, stop pushing.
Okay. Don't be afraid. Nobody's going to try to talk you into buying a set.
Unky, over here.
Marjorie.
Excuse me. Take a look at this one.
And Bertie.
Isn't this one beautiful?
Oh, for corn's sake, what are they doing down here?
I know. Leroy, you led me into a trap.
I didn't know they were here. They double-crossed me.
Unky, where are you going?
I'm getting outside. I won't be high pressure.
What's he talking about?
He thinks we're ganging up on him.
Well, ain't we?
Oh, brother, you women. Now I have to start all over again.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. The most delectable egg dish ever. And different, too. That's Eggs Aurora, a beauty of a Lenten main dish you make with a savory Spanish sauce, poached eggs, toast, and thick slices of golden Velveeta, Kraft's famous pasteurized processed cheese food. It's delicious. And here's how you can get the exact recipe for Eggs Aurora, along with 8 other recipes for tempting, hearty Lenten main dishes. These recipes come in a handy recipe folder that's packed right in the 2-pound package of Velveeta you can buy at your grocer's. So when you buy your 2-pound package of Velveeta, just lift out the loaf of cheese food, and there you'll have your recipe folder. Start enjoying these wonderful Velveeta main dishes right away. They're all delicious because Velveeta gives them a marvelous cheddar cheese flavor, a flavor that's rich yet mild. And they're mighty nourishing main dishes, too, because Velveeta is rich in high-quality complete protein, as well as other important food values from milk. What's more, Velveeta is the cheese food that's digestible as milk itself. Get Velveeta tomorrow for swell-tasting cold snacks and sandwiches, as well as wonderful hot main dishes. Don't forget, for the handy new recipe folder, get the 2-pound loaf of Velveeta. Just be sure you see the name Velveeta on the yellow package you buy. Velveeta is the cheese food of top quality, and it's made only by Kraft. Well, Leroy's been trying to maneuver the great Gildersleeve into buying a television set. He had his uncle hooked and reeled into the store, but the line snapped and the big fish escaped to deep water.
Gosh, Marge, why didn't you and Bertie stay out of it like I told you to?
Well, we're sorry, Leroy.
Well, from now on, leave it to me.
Well, how you gonna work it?
I don't know yet. Unc may not completely trust me now. What's a good reason for Unc buying a set?
Well, Mrs. Pettibone says since they got television, they never have to worry about what the children are doing. And before that, she never knew where young Hank was.
But Mr. Gildersleeve never has to worry about where Leroy is.
Hey, maybe I ought to give Unc something to worry about.
Oh, Leroy.
Well, which would Unc rather do? Buy a television set or have me go to the dogs?
Leroy, you wouldn't go getting into no trouble now, would you?
I'm already in trouble. Heck, I'm an underprivileged kid. We don't have a television set. I'm desperate.
Now, Leroy, don't you go back on Bertie. I ain't raised you all these years for you to go to the dogs.
Oh, Bertie, he's kidding.
Well, Unc doesn't have to know that. I think I'll go out tonight.
Without telling your uncle?
Oh, no, that's the idea, to tell him. I want to be sure he worries. Where is Unc?
He's in the den. Good luck.
Just stay out of it this time, that's all.
Come in.
Unc,
Yes, my boy.
I owe you an apology.
You do?
There wasn't anything wrong with Bertie's ironing cord. Just trying to get you in the store so you'd buy a television set.
Yeah, I knew that all along, Leroy.
Of course you did. You can see right through me. You know what I'm up to every minute.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. What are you up to now?
Nothing at all. I just wanted to come in and clear my conscience before going out tonight.
You're going out tonight?
Well, there's nothing to do around here.
Leroy, where are you going?
Oh, just out to meet some characters.
What kind of characters?
Just downtown characters.
Leroy, I insist upon knowing where you're going.
Oh, I may walk past the pool hall.
Pool hall?
Go on.
Leroy!
Well, I got him on the hook again. I've been walking around the block for about an hour. I guess I'll sit on this bus bench for a while and then go home.
Is that you, Leroy?
Oh, hi, Judge.
What are you doing out at this hour?
Oh, just sitting.
Well, I'm out for my constitutional, but I think I'll sit with you.
Okay.
Isn't this a bit unusual for you, Leroy? Trouble at home?
Yeah, plenty.
What is it, my boy?
Unc won't buy a television set.
Oh, so you're conducting a sit-down strike.
No, you gotta be sharper than that with Unc. I'm trying to worry him. He thinks I'm out with some characters.
Characters?
Yeah, bad company.
Oh.
If he thinks I'm running around with tough guys, he might buy a set to keep me at home.
Uh-huh. Very interesting.
Judge, what names can I use? You've been around. You must know some crooks.
Well...
I mean, you're a judge. You must have tried some tough customers.
Yeah, in my time, I have encountered some undesirables. I recall one, Jersey Jim, an ex-cowboy.
Hey, Keen.
And then there was Bathead McPherson. We had to send him up.
Send him up?
Yeah, up the river. That's an expression they use.
Oh, sure. Boy, wait till I tell Unc.
Oh, I wish I could come along and watch you finagle a television set out of Gildersleeve.
Well, I'd better work alone. Marge and Bertie gummed up the works once.
Oh?
But you've been a big help. Thanks a million, Judge. See you later.
Leroy, is that you?
Hi, Unc. You still up, old boy?
Oh, boy. Leroy, where have you been?
Oh, around.
Around where?
Well, I told you I might mosey by the pool hall.
Leroy, did you go inside the pool hall?
No, before I got there, I bumped into a friend.
Who?
Who? Jersey. Never mind.
Jersey who?
Oh, sorry, Unc. My buddy'd rather remain anonymous.
Oh. A little friend of yours?
No, he's quite a bit older than I am.
Leroy, is this fellow leading you into trouble?
Nah, Jersey's not going to get into any trouble. He's smart.
He sounds like a shady character.
He's okay. Of course, he does know some of the underworld mob.
What's this?
Oh, guys like Bathead McPherson.
Bathead?
Yeah. He was sent up.
Sent up?
Up the river, Natch.
Leroy.
Well, good night, Unc.
You going up the river? Yeah, I mean, up the bank?
Yeah. You got any good detective magazines? A lot of crime and stuff.
Leroy, you go to bed.
Okay. I want to get a lot of shut-eye anyway so I can go out again tomorrow night.
What's happened to that boy? He's acting like a little gangster. By George, he's not getting out of the house tomorrow night. Bertie?
Yes, Miss Gildersleeve?
Have you seen Leroy since dinner?
Yes, sir. He passed through here when I started washing dishes.
How did he get out of the house without me knowing it?
Out the back door.
That boy.
He had on an old turtleneck sweater and one of your old hats.
One of my hats.
It was turned up in front and in the back. He looked like one of them dead-end kids.
Oh, my goodness. Which way did he go?
He hopped over the back fence.
Bertie, why didn't you stop him?
Oh, now, Mr. Gildersleeve, wouldn't Bertie look silly hopping over the back fence after Leroy?
Bertie, why would he do a thing like that?
Well, like he says, there ain't no special entertainment to keep him here.
Yes, yes.
Miss Gildersleeve, who is Bathead McPherson?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. Marjorie?
Yes, Unky?
What do you suppose Leroy's up to?
Oh, well, how should I know?
You have any idea where he went?
Oh, he probably went to visit somebody who has a television set.
No, Marjorie. Let's not be dragging in the subject of television.
Well, if I were Leroy, that's where I'd go.
Yeah, all right, all right.
I'll get it!
Take it, Bertie. And I'm going out and find that boy. I won't have him turning into a turtleneck gypsy.
Miss Gildersleeve dressed in.
I wonder who that is.
What's that? He did. Who's this? Oh. Oh, you want to remain anonymous?
Now what?
Okay, I'll tell him.
Bertie, who was that?
Somebody who wanted to remain anonymous.
What did he say?
Oh, whoever it was said if you want to know where Leroy is, he just went into Mr. Peavy's drugstore.
Good. I'll catch him before he has a chance to meet those no-good friends of his.
Yes, sir. You going over the back fence the way he did?
No, Bertie, I'm going out the front door the way a respectable citizen does. Leroy.
Oh, hi, Unc.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Peavy. Leroy, I want to have a word with you.
Sure, Unc. Soon as we see which wrestler wins this fall.
I'm not interested in watching any wrestlers.
No wonder you're making so much noise we can't hear the grunts and groans. I'll turn up the sound a little.
Wrestling. I don't know how you can watch this stuff. Look at that fella, pretending he's going to throw the other one out of the ring.
Yeah, he'll do it, too, I'll bet you.
Ridiculous stuff. Leroy, yeah, right on his head.
Mr. Gildersleeve, move over.
Peavy, we're leaving. I'm not going to have... You better watch that guy with the beard. I wouldn't trust him an inch.
Move over.
We're leaving right now, Peavy. Anybody who'd sit... Yeah, he's biting his leg. Look at him. Why doesn't that fellow with the curls put a headlock on it?
He'll get him. He'll toss him through the ropes. You watch.
Say, he did. Good for Curly. Move over, Leroy.
Sure.
He's groggy, but he's coming back for more.
Look at that big bruiser climbing back in the ring with his fists doubled up. Hey, he slugged him. Oh, what a dirty wrestler. Referee, don't let him do that. Stop looking the other way. By George, if I had a Coke bottle, I'd throw it.
Not at my screen.
Oh, sorry, Peavy. Oh, Leroy, did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you, Peavy?
I'm here to tell you. You interested, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, I'm only interested in how silly it is. You had a boy. Now you got him. What's that curly-headed guy's name?
Glamorous Gus.
Throw him, Glamorous!
Well, I hate to say this, but it's time to close the store. I'll have to turn off the set.
Here, just a minute, Peavy. I want to see this.
But Mrs. Peavy is expecting me home.
Oh, Peavy.
Well, it's my set. There.
You're all right. Turn off your old set. We'll go get a set of our own.
Attaboy, Unc.
Yeah, I'd better call home first. They'll be wondering if I found Leroy.
Well, they know where he is. Leroy phoned him a few minutes ago.
Mr. Peavy.
Uh-oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Leroy, was that you who phoned Bertie?
Well, gosh. Oh, gee, Unc, I thought you'd like to come down and watch the wrestling matches with me. Hey, I wonder how Glamorous is doing.
Glamorous? Oh, yes. Well, we can't find out here. Come on, if we hurry, we can make it to the appliance store.
Oh, boy, let's get going.
Yeah, how soon did you say they can put in a set at home?
Well, Leroy's got his set. I guess I can turn mine on again.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Would 9 different recipes for tempting, hearty, meatless main dishes help you with your Lenten menu planning? Of course. And you can have them. Just get a 2-pound package of Velveeta, Kraft smooth melting pasteurized processed cheese food. Lift out the cheese food, and underneath you'll find a handy folder of 9 recipes for wonderful Velveeta main dishes. Get a 2-pound loaf of Velveeta tomorrow. It's the cheese food of top quality made only by Kraft.
This television is fine. But this is the 3rd English movie. You'd better go to bed, Leroy.
Okay. I just want to see if the killer's still hiding in the closet.
Leroy, go to bed.
Okay.
Leroy,
Okay, I'm going.
you're not moving.
Gee, Unc, do I have to go to bed? You're still watching it.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it off and go to bed right now.
Unc.
Yeah, all right.
Unc.
All right, Leroy, I'm coming.
You're not moving.
Hey, the killer wasn't in the closet. Where'd he go? I've got to see this.
We sure do. We may be here a long time. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Delicious cold cuts for luncheon or supper make a welcome change of pace from the hot meals you've been serving. Easy to fix, too. But here's a tip. Be sure there's delicious Kraft prepared mustard on the table, because when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. There are 2 kinds of Kraft mustard: mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added to give it extra zip. Keep both kinds on hand for different tastes. Next time, get Kraft prepared mustard.
Next, Groucho Marx presents You Bet Your Life on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of Velveeta, the famous pasteurized processed cheese food that tastes so good and is so good for you. Yes, Velveeta is another of the Kraft family of fine foods. Foods you can depend on for delicious eating, for wholesome, healthy eating. So remember, to get the cheese food of quality, get Velveeta, the cheese food that's made by Kraft. The great Gildersleeve leads a fairly prosaic life. There are times when he regrets the fact that nothing very exciting happens to him, but all in all, he's quite content to spend his days about routine duties at the water department, then come home to his little family and spend his evenings with the paper. And so it is that he's back this evening with the paper.
Well, there's not much news tonight. I think I'll work the crossword puzzle and then go to bed.
Oh, can I have the women's section, Unky?
Here you are, Marjorie, my dear.
Thank you.
Let me have the financial section, Unc.
Financial section, Leroy?
I want to see if allowances are going up.
Yes. You take the rest of the paper with it.
Okay.
Getting pretty heavy on my lap. Paper gets bigger and bigger during election year. Yeah, let's see. Number 2, vertical. Marjorie, what's a 5-letter word meaning flat?
Flat?
Begins with an L.
How about Leroy? I'm flat. I haven't got a dime.
Leroy, you'll get your allowance on Saturday.
By that time, I'll owe Bertie so much I still won't have a dime.
5-letter word meaning flat. What's flat besides Leroy?
First thing I know, I'll have so many debts I'll have to run away and join the Foreign Legion like this guy did. Boy, he's done everything.
Who, Leroy?
Wilbur Cosgrove. Here's an article about him. The strange disappearances of Wilbur Cosgrove. One time he was a submarine captain. Then he was a gaucho in Argentina. He even led safaris through Africa. He's fought duels.
Are you talking about Wilbur Cosgrove or Errol Flynn?
Oh, fooling. He finally disappeared in 1938 and nobody's seen him since. Here's his picture.
Leroy, I'm busy with my puzzle.
Well, let me see it, Leroy.
Sure.
Hey, he's handsome, Unky.
Marjorie, I'm busy.
He looks like you.
Marjorie, he does? Let me see that.
Say, he would look like Unc if you put a mustache on him and gave him a little bay window.
Leroy.
Of course, he looks much younger than Unky.
Naturally.
Well, this picture was taken before he disappeared in 1938. Right, George, he does look a little like me.
Leroy, get that picture of Uncle Mort we cut out of the paper last week.
The one where he was dedicating the drain pipes?
Yeah. Where is that?
It's here in the magazine rack.
There. Now, isn't the resemblance striking, Unky?
Gosh, how can two men who look alike be so different?
What do you mean?
Well, look, Wilbur Cosgrove is holding an elephant gun and you're holding a shovel.
You should have worn your coat for the picture, Unky.
Well, I had to look like I was working. That's politics.
Well, it's just amazing. That man could be Unky 14 years ago.
Are you kidding? Unc never did anything like this guy.
No, wait a minute, Leroy. How do you know what I've done in the past? You kids never saw me until I came to Summerfield to take care of you in 1941.
Things were pretty dull for you up until then, huh, Unc?
Not at all.
Unky, I never thought of that. Why, you lived about 30 years before we knew you.
Yeah, 30 very exciting years.
Yeah, like what?
Well, how do you know I wasn't doing glamorous things like this Wilbur Cosgrove?
Okay, like what?
Oh, for all you know, I could have been a submarine captain, too. Or a Pinkerton man in Secret Service.
You never said anything about being in the Secret Service.
Well, when you're in the Secret Service, you keep it a secret.
Now you have me curious. Just what did you do when you were a young man?
Marjorie, I'm still a young man.
But what did you do?
Well, I've done a lot of things in the past that I don't talk about. I don't like to brag.
Stop it, Leroy. Let Unky tell us. Anything romantic happen to you, Unky?
Well, more daring than romantic.
It says here this guy Wilbur was chewed by a tiger once.
That's nothing. I have a trick knee, you know.
I thought you got that playing football.
Well, I'm no alarmist. I let people believe that. But I could have got it with the Royal Northwest Mounted.
The Canadian Mounties?
Wrestling a wanted man on a glacier.
Gosh. What else did you do, Unc?
Leroy, don't press me. Just thinking about the past makes my old wounds hurt.
Did you ever fight a duel like this Wilbur Cosgrove?
Well, dueling is against the law. If you fight one, you don't spread it around.
What else have you done, Unc?
Oh, I told you enough for tonight, Leroy. I think I'll stroll down to Peavy's for some cigars.
Well, you have cigars in the humidor.
I do? Well, the walk will do me good. I should limber up my trick knee before retiring. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this evening?
Nothing, Peavy. I just had to get out of the house. Couldn't keep a straight face any longer.
How's that?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with Marjorie and Leroy describing my colorful past.
Laying it on pretty thick, were you?
Well, they asked for it. They saw a picture in the paper of a fellow who disappeared from Duluth in 1938. He looked like me, Peavy.
Is that why he disappeared?
No. He's an adventurer who keeps dropping out of sight. He's done everything. Foreign Legion and all that stuff. And by comparison, the kids thought my life was pretty dull.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to fool kids.
Peavy, how do you know what I did before I came to Summerfield?
Well, I just assumed it wasn't too exciting.
Oh, you did. What do you know about it? As far as you know, my past life is a blank.
That's what I say.
Now, just a minute. My life hasn't been entirely without incident. I could even be this guy who did all these fancy things and disappeared in 1938.
Just let me take a look at that picture. I have the paper right here.
There it is. Right there.
This Wilbur Cosgrove is a dead ringer for you, all right. Quite an article about his travels.
Not very considerate of his wife. Says she's still looking for him.
Well, there was a time I considered being a soldier of fortune and leaving for parts unknown.
Because you got married instead, huh, Peavy?
No, this was after I got married. Mrs. Peavy threatened to bob her hair back in the 20s, and I threatened to leave her.
That was a little rash of you, Peavy.
Well, I came down a lot, I guess. Now I'm putting up with a poodle cut.
You married men. By George, no one would ever dominate me like that.
Mr. Gildersleeve, is that woman staring at you through the window?
What woman?
She looks mad about something. I believe she's coming in.
Wilbur.
Who?
Wilbur, don't pretend you don't recognize me.
Me?
She's not talking to me.
I'm your wife, Sarah.
Your wife?
My.
And don't you try to deny it. I saw your picture in the paper a week ago and came straight to Summerfield.
My picture?
You were leaning on a shovel. You big four-flusher.
Now, wait a minute, madam.
Don't call me madam. The minute I saw you through the window, I knew you were Wilbur.
But...
You put on weight and grew a trick mustache. But you're
mustache?
not fooling anybody. You're my Wilbur. You deserter.
Madam, you're making a mistake. I'm Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Wilbur Cosgrove, do you expect anybody to believe that? I'll leave it to the druggist here. Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve is a phony name if I ever heard one.
Well, now that you mention it... You'll have to admit it's unusual, Throckmorton.
I've been looking for you since 1938.
Please, madam, stop shaking your purse in my face. Let me explain.
Say, Doc.
Who, me?
Do you know what this overgrown jumping bean did to me?
No, I don't.
14 years ago, he left the house to go to the drugstore for a cigar. And I haven't seen him since.
I've never seen you before in my life. I am Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, and I can prove it by the children at home.
Children?
You bet, 2.
Married again, eh? Now you're a bigamist.
Yeah, I am not. I'm a bachelor.
Then where did you get the children?
They're my sisters.
Wilbur Cosgrove, you never had a sister.
Oh, my goodness.
Pack your trunk. We're going back to Duluth.
Madam, I've never seen you before. And I've never lived in Duluth.
Now, Mr. Gildersleeve, come on out from under the counter.
Peavy, help me. Explain to this woman.
You don't have to explain anything. Just come home.
Peavy, tell her I've lived here since 1941. Tell her my life's an open book. You know I couldn't be her husband.
No, I wouldn't say that.
What?
Like you said, how do I know what you did before you came to Summerfield?
Wilbur, where you going?
Out the back door. How can that woman from Duluth mistake me for her husband? And she isn't fooling. Shouting and shaking her purse at me. No wonder Wilbur left home. All right, George, I'm going to see my lawyer. Hope the old judge is in. Judge?
Well, good morning, Gildy. Come in. I've something to show you.
You have?
This picture I clipped out of yesterday's paper. It looks just like you.
I know. That's what his wife thinks.
What?
Judge, Mrs. Cosgrove is in town. She thinks I'm her long-lost husband.
She does? Well, that's ridiculous.
Of course it is. And you've got to help me prove it.
Well, that should be very easy. I myself have known you personally since, let me see, 1941.
Well, she claims her husband disappeared in 1938.
He did? Gildy, I just thought of a very amusing possibility.
Oh?
You could be her husband.
Judge, be serious. That woman can cause me a lot of embarrassment.
Is that why you left her?
No, you listen to me, you old goat.
Very well, very well. Apparently you don't see any humor in this situation.
Yeah, I'll say I don't.
Well, a trained legal mind such as I possess can clear you in a jiffy.
Start clearing, trained legal mind.
All we have to do is prove where you were when she claims her husband disappeared.
Yeah, that's right, Judge. She claims I was in Duluth, but I was really in Oshkosh.
And what were you doing in Oshkosh?
Well, I was an elastic inspector.
Elastic inspector?
Yes, for the Farmers and Merchants Suspender Company.
Fine. We'll contact them.
Oh, wait. I just had a horrible thought. They went out of business during the rubber shortage.
Oh, that's too bad. But there must be someone in Oshkosh who can vouch for you.
Well, there was Bert Bradbury. He's manager of the Elite Rooming House.
Well, we'll send him a wire. I get him a typewriter and compose a telegram.
Good for you, Judge. You're true blue.
Thank you, Gildy. Now, you just relax. You have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I can see that now. Guess I got a little excited.
Well, that's understandable.
Sure, what the heck. By now, Mrs. Cosgrove probably realizes I'm not her husband. For all I know, she may be on her way back to Duluth.
Answered, will you, Gildy? I'm busy at the typewriter.
Got it, Judge. Judge Hooker's office.
Judge Hooker, this is Mrs. Cosgrove.
Mrs. Cosgrove.
I need a lawyer.
Oop! This one's mine. Go find your own.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Need help with your Lenten menu planning? Then try Velveeta, Kraft's famous pasteurized processed cheese food. Smooth melting Velveeta is perfectly wonderful for cooking, not only for omelets, soufflés, and casseroles, but for a marvelous smooth golden cheese sauce, too. A cheese sauce you can pour over seafood or vegetables or toast, or serve any number of ways. And this Velveeta sauce is easy to make in a jiffy. All you do is melt a half pound of Velveeta in the top of your double boiler. You'll notice it melts quickly, smoothly, without any lumps. Then stir in a third of a cup of milk a little at a time, season, and there it is, the smoothest golden cheese sauce you could want. And a really delicious one because Velveeta has such a grand flavor, a cheddar cheese flavor that's rich yet mild. This Velveeta sauce is nourishing, too, because Velveeta is rich in high-quality, complete protein, as well as other important food values from milk. And don't forget, Velveeta is the cheese food that's digestible as milk itself. Make Velveeta your handy helper for serving nourishing, good-eating hot main dishes. Get Velveeta tomorrow in the 2-pound loaf, so you'll have plenty for snacks and sandwiches, too. Just be sure you see the name Velveeta on the package you buy. Remember, Velveeta is the cheese food of top quality, and it's made only by Kraft. Well, they say no two people are exactly alike, but it seems the great Gildersleeve resembles one Wilbur Cosgrove too closely for comfort. Anyway, Mrs. Cosgrove is in town claiming the water commissioner is her missing husband. Of course, the great Gildersleeve has never been married. That is, we don't think he has.
How do I get into these things? The idea of a man having to send a telegram all the way to Oshkosh to prove who he is. Well, I'm going to sit right here at home until I get my answer from good old Bert Bradbury. I don't dare go out. With that woman in town, it isn't safe on the streets.
Hello, Unky.
Hello, Marjorie.
Are you staying home today?
Yeah.
Don't you feel well?
No. Yes. Sure. I feel fine.
You look a little pale.
Well, it's been a cloudy day.
Was there something wrong?
Oh, no. Better keep this from the kids.
You aren't hiding from anybody, are you?
Me? Of course not. From whom would I be hiding? I've paid my income tax.
Marge, have you asked him yet?
Ask me what, Leroy?
About the woman.
All right. What have you heard?
Unky, who is this woman who followed you into Mr. Peavy's last night and accused you of being her husband?
So Peavy spilled the beans. Marjorie, that's all a horrible mistake.
Whose?
Hers. I never saw the woman until last night. How could I run away from her in 1938?
Oh, of course you didn't.
Heck no. About that time, I'll bet you were up in Canada with a mounted police.
No, Leroy, I didn't say I was in Canada. I said it was possible.
Well, it's possible you could have dropped down to Duluth. It isn't far, you know.
Leroy, when you were pushing me to tell about my adventures, I said I could have done these things.
Then you could have married her.
I could not have.
Excuse me, Miss Marjorie.
Yes, Bertie.
Have you asked him yet?
Yes, Bertie, they've asked me.
Yes, sir.
He says he's not guilty.
Of course he's not.
None of us are really worried about it, Bertie.
I am. If I've got an extra ant floating around, I want to know about it.
Leroy.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you got nothing to worry about. Even if you is her husband, which you ain't, and she proves it, which she can't, the worst she can do is throw you in jail, which she can't, 'cause you ain't.
Bertie, I'll try to remember that.
Well, it's just too bad she had to come here.
I think it's keen. Now he's living dangerously like Wilbur Cosgrove.
Leroy, don't use that name.
What if she goes to the newspapers with the story?
Or the police. Hey, I wonder if it is the police.
I hope it's what I think it is.
Unky, do you suppose it could be that woman?
You bring it in, Bertie. This will straighten out everything, kiddies.
Well, who's it from?
Here you are, Miss Gildersleeve.
What's up, Unc?
Well, your old uncle's pretty shrewd. This telegram's from an old pal of mine, Bert Bradbury. And it'll prove I wasn't in Duluth in 1938. I was in Oshkosh.
Unky, how clever.
Here, let's see what it says here. Bert Bradbury and Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, unknown at this address.
What?
Oh, too bad, Unky.
What happened to Bert?
Gosh, looks like the only person who knew where Unc was in 1938 is Mrs. Cosgrove.
Leroy.
Mr. Gildersleeve, if you don't stop pacing up and down the room, you're going to wear a hole in that carpet.
Bertie, I don't know what to do. I keep running into blind alleys.
Well, if that woman was after me, I'd head for the open road.
I can't leave town, Bertie. That'd be an admission.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Gildersleeve, you in no position to admit nothing.
I even called Oshkosh long distance. No wonder they didn't know Bert Bradbury and me. They tore down the boarding house for a pickle factory.
All the pickles ain't in Oshkosh. We're in one right here.
You say that again, Bertie. Bertie, you better get the phone.
Yes, sir.
It could be that woman.
Mr. Gildersleeve dressed in. Is he in? Well, yes and no. Who's calling? Then the answer is no. Just went out.
It's her, all right.
You are? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Goodbye.
Well, Bertie?
I told you was out, but for some reason she thought I was spoofing.
Nice try, Bertie.
She's down at the corner and she's coming right over here.
Oh, my goodness.
And she sounds like she's loaded for bear.
Well, she can't intimidate me.
No, sir.
I'm innocent, Bertie. I'm not guilty of being married.
No, sir.
The only thing to do is to have it out with her. I'll stand on my own 2 feet and battle her toe to toe.
Mr. Gildersleeve, if you don't mind me putting in my 2 cents worth.
Yes, Bertie?
Sometimes when you cross an angry woman, she just gets angrier. I know, 'cause I'm a woman.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
What you need is time to clear things up. And you got to keep her pacified while you're doing it.
Bertie, how do you pacify a buzzsaw?
Well, be nice to her.
Dude, I don't want that woman here.
Okay, take her out. Treat her to dinner. Keep things going smooth until you get your evidence. If you got any.
Well, that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you bet. I'll be nice to her. Above all, I want to get her out of the house before Marjorie and Leroy come home. Uh-oh, doorbell.
This time you get it.
Stout heart, Gildersleeve.
Hello, Wilbur.
Well, Mrs. Cosgrove. Sorry I wasn't available when you called.
You've been trying to avoid me.
Me?
I thought I'd better come over and grab you before you skip town again. Close the door.
The door? Oh, yes, the door.
Where are the children you talked about?
Well, they're not here.
Mm-hmm. Taught you another fib, didn't I?
No, Mrs. Cosgrove.
Stop calling me Mrs. Cosgrove. You know my first name.
Oh, yes, Susie.
Sarah.
Yeah, well, yes, Sarah. Sit down, Sarah. Over there.
Let's sit here on the couch.
Couch? If you don't mind, I'll sit on the piano stool.
Oh, Wilbur, stop being so standoffish. It seems to me that after 14 years...
Well, there's plenty of time. I hope.
You have a nice place here. Do you make a lot of money? We may not go back to Duluth. Or wouldn't you like to show me the upstairs?
Now, Mrs. Cosgrove, Sarah, you don't take off your hat.
Why shouldn't I make myself at home?
Yeah, I thought we might go out to dinner. You talk things over. See the town. Go dancing.
Well, that sounds like my old Wilbur. I guess if I'm going to live here, I should see the town.
About the Wilbur. Let's remember I'm Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Wilbur, let's not go through that again.
Well, look at it this way. Whatever my name is, I'm known here as Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, so please call me that.
All right. I'll call you Throckmorton. But
what?
if you try to skip out on me again, I warn you, I have your elephant gun in my hotel room.
The elephant gun? Yeah, I bet she'd use it, too. Come along, little wifey.
You suppose I ought to hold Mr. Gildersleeve's breakfast, Miss Marjorie?
I don't know, Bertie. He didn't get in until late last night.
I wasn't so sure he was going to make it at all after she mentioned that elephant gun.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Hey, he must not be married. He's singing.
I better go start his breakfast.
I've got a wonderful feeling.
Unky, we're waiting.
You're coming, my dear.
Hi, Unc.
Good morning. What a beautiful morning.
Oh, everything must have worked out fine, Unky.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I decided the way to get along with Mrs. Cosgrove was to be nice to her.
Oh, then Bertie's idea worked.
Bertie's idea? Well, she did think of it. But it took the old master to really make it work.
Who's the old master?
Me.
Oh.
And I don't mind admitting that I was at my charming best.
Oh?
You see, after Bertie's idea started to work, I added one of my own. Since that Wilbur was always running out on Mrs. Cosgrove and not paying any attention to her, I decided to be just the opposite. I showered her with attention, dazzled her with witty sayings.
Witty sayings? You?
Yes, indeed. Don't think your old uncle can't turn on the personality, my boy. Last night I was a regular Don Juan. I even sang in her ear.
Oh, brother.
Well, I did that because I found out this fellow Wilbur couldn't carry a tune. He didn't even know how to dance.
Well, how does she feel about things now, Unky?
Marjorie, by now, she must realize that I'm not her dull old Wilbur.
You call a guy who's been in the Foreign Legion and a submarine captain dull?
Leroy, you can be dull in different ways. I know. Wilbur may be a whiz in the field of adventure, but I'm talking about charming the ladies. When it comes to that, I'm a real charm ball. All right, Bertie.
Well, good for you, Unky. I think it was a very clever scheme.
Thank you. My only concern is that she may prefer a man like me to Wilbur.
Miss Gildersleeve, a message from Miss Cosgrove.
Well, guess she's leaving town and wants to thank me for the big evening.
Oh, come on, read it.
Here, listen to this. I'm returning to Duluth this morning. See, what did I tell you? Let's see what else she says. After last night, I'm convinced that you're not my Wilbur. Hey.
What did she say, Unky?
Nothing important.
Let me read it.
Leroy, give me that note.
Wait a minute. Oh, boy, listen. After last night, I'm convinced you're not my Wilbur. My husband could never be such a dull, unadulterated cornball as you were.
Leroy, give me that.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. How nourishing can a sandwich be? Well, let's see. A sandwich made with Velveeta, Kraft's famous pasteurized processed cheese food, gives you twice as much protein and vitamin A as a 6-ounce glass of milk. 1.5 times the calcium and riboflavin and 3 times the phosphorus. Imagine. So, Mother, make delicious, nourishing sandwiches with Velveeta, the quality cheese food made only by Kraft.
Well, do you feel better tonight, Unky?
Much better, knowing that woman has left town. Imagine that cornball calling me a cornball.
It wasn't very nice of her.
Silly woman. Thinks she could frighten me with that trumped-up story. I wasn't worried. Not for a minute. Takes more than a harebrained newspaper story to ruffle your old uncle. Yes, indeed.
Hey, Unc, listen to this in the paper. They got a report on Wilbur Cosgrove.
Oh?
It says here in the paper, he was seen boarding a train in 1941.
Yes?
And a railroad employee reports he got off at Summerfield.
Summerfield?
According to latest information, he obtained employment at the Summerfield Water Department under the name of Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, I did not. Yeah, I mean, he didn't. Don't you believe it? Here, let me see that paper. The classified section. Leroy, you made that up. What a family. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Noreen Gamil, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
During the Lenten season, most people are thinking about making special sacrifices and helping their fellow man. But let me ask you, have you made the smallest and yet the most important sacrifice of all for your fighting men in Korea? Have you given a pint of your blood recently? No matter what may happen in Korea, the armed forces must continue to receive blood from the American people. Truce talks aren't nearly as important to GIs already wounded as blood and blood plasma. So tomorrow, be sure to call your local blood donor center for an appointment.
Next, Groucho Marx presents You Bet Your Life on NBC.
The The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of Velveeta, the famous pasteurized processed cheese food that tastes so good and is so good for you. Yes, Velveeta is another of the Kraft family of fine foods. Foods you can depend on for delicious eating, for wholesome, healthy eating. So remember, to get the cheese food of quality, get Velveeta, the cheese food that's made by Kraft. Well, in the town of Summerfield, it's the day before Easter, and the great Gildersleeve's family is making elaborate preparations for the occasion. Marjorie has selected a new Easter outfit, Leroy has a new suit, and they've resolved to do something different this year, attend the Easter sunrise service. Of course, the great Gildersleeve hasn't heard about these early morning plans.
It's something I've always wanted to do, Leroy.
Yeah, it'll be keen. Boy, I can't wait to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Let's go talk to Unky. Unky?
Hey, Unc, where are you?
In the den, children.
Are we interrupting anything?
No, not at all. Just glancing through the paper. Looking for an Easter gift for Paula.
Oh?
Guess I could get her one of these 2-pound chocolate Easter eggs. They're not too expensive.
Well, if you want to be cheap, why don't you get her an Easter rabbit and let him lay the eggs?
Leroy, I'm not trying to be cheap. I'm just trying to hold down expenses. Easter's beginning to cost as much as Christmas.
Speaking of Christmas, do you know what I want next time?
Leroy, please. Now then, what's the purpose of this delegation?
Unky, we have the most marvelous idea. Tomorrow we're going to sunrise service.
Yeah, we're getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock. We'll have a good time.
Unky.
Just leave quietly and come home quietly.
You mean you don't want to get up at 4 o'clock?
No.
But, Unky, the sunrise will be beautiful.
Marjorie, I've seen the sunrise. I worked my way through college delivering milk. I'm going to the 11 o'clock service the way I always do. I'll need my sleep, so I'll be alert when I pass the collection plate. I don't want to drop it again.
Well, of course I can drive Leroy and Bertie to the service, but I wish you'd come along.
Is Bertie going?
She's singing in the choir. 100 voices, Unc.
Well, I would like to hear Bertie sing. Well, if there are 99 other voices, I wouldn't hear much of Bertie anyway.
Hey, Bertie! Yes, Leroy? Unc doesn't want to go hear you sing. He don't.
No, it isn't that, Bertie. But I intend going to the 11 o'clock service tomorrow. Had my day all planned, a very busy day.
We all have a busy day ahead, Unky.
Yeah. I know Bertie's going to be busy. Bertie's going to sing like an angel at sunrise, then she's going to fly home and bake the ham.
You ought to see Bertie's choir robe, Unc.
Really?
Oh, it'll be a beautiful spectacle, Unky. Cedar Hill will be banked with flowers.
Yes, I read about that.
Well, I've been there every year, and it's worth it just to hear those trumpets when the sun comes up.
It is, Bertie?
Oh, Easter's such a thrilling day. And, Unky, you'll see all the beautiful women in their new spring dresses.
Well, if you children insist.
Oh, boy, Unc.
Glad you changed your mind, Miss Gildersleeve.
Well, I didn't exactly change my mind. I've been considering going for some time, but I wanted to be sure all of you were willing to get up at 4 o'clock as I am.
Oh, brother.
Say, look at Peavy's window. All decorated for Easter. That rabbit holding the talcum powder looks just like Judge Hooker. I think I'll go in. I still don't have a gift for Paula. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Peavy, what would make a nice Easter gift for Paula Winthrop?
Well, Easter's usually a little chilly. How about a hot water bottle?
Oh, Peavy.
How about some perfume?
Perfume?
Women like to dress up for Easter, and a good perfume like this is the crowning touch.
How much is it, Peavy?
$12 an ounce. That's the crowning touch.
Well, what the heck? Wrap it up. It's Easter.
Very well. Planning a big day, are you?
Yes, indeed. Peavy, guess what important official is getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning for the sunrise service?
Reverend McNair?
Well, he's got to be there. I'm thinking about a fellow who's just volunteering.
You don't say it.
Yep, I'm taking the little family. And then I'm passing the collection plate at the 11 o'clock service, too.
Well, good for you. I went to both services one Easter.
Is that so?
I didn't sleep the night before, not wanting to miss the sunrise service, and by 11 o'clock, my eyes were so red I wore dark glasses to church.
You did?
And you know what the minister did? He lectured me for staying out all night.
Oh, my goodness.
But Mrs. Peavy and I always enjoyed the sunrise services. Of course, it's usually a little foggy at that hour, but...
Well, I haven't been up at that hour since I was an air raid warden.
Well, you'd better take a flashlight. There's a tendency to bump into trees.
Oh?
And if you're showing off a new suit, take a cushion along.
Peavy, I'm not the sort of person who just goes somewhere to show off. I'm wearing my old blue serge.
Yeah, you can't hurt that.
Yes.
It's quite a climb up Cedar Hill, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Are you trying to discourage me, Peavy?
Oh, my, no. I consider it quite a rewarding experience. In fact, Mrs. Peavy and I would be going again this year if she could stand the trek again.
Settling for the 11 o'clock service, are you, Peavy?
Yes, but between you and me and the gatepost, I'd rather get up at 4 o'clock and go with you than go to the 11 o'clock with Mrs. Peavy.
Well, I don't follow you.
Well, she insists on wearing her new Easter bonnet.
What's the matter with it, Peavy?
Well,
that bad, huh?
Worse. It's one of those dove on the nest affairs.
Oh.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I don't mind having people point at Mrs. Peavy's hat, but when bird dogs start pointing...
Peavy, it can't be that bad.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Well, Gildersleeve, you're ready for the sunrise service. I wonder if I will need this flashlight Peavy sold me. Who's that? Oh, the judge.
Here I am, Diogenes.
Judge, what do you mean, Diogenes?
With that flashlight, you must be looking for an honest man. Here I am.
All right, Judge.
Hop in. I'll take you home.
Thanks, Horace. That's where I'm headed.
Gildy, why are you carrying a flashlight in the middle of the day?
Well, I'll need it in the morning. I'm getting up at 4 o'clock.
You're going to the sunrise service?
You bet. Then I'm going to the 11 o'clock service.
Well, you must have a new suit you want to display.
Judge, you're as bad as Peavy. I'm not going to church just to show off my clothes. Besides, I don't have a new suit to show off.
I see. Here's a bump, Gildy.
What bumped me in the back of the head?
That's my canteen.
Canteen? What is all this junk in the back of your car?
Thermos bottles, blankets, folding chairs, and a buffalo robe.
Judge, where are you going? On a safari?
I'm taking Miss Matterhorn to the sunrise service.
Well, do you need all this equipment?
Well, you have to prepare for it. You're not just taking a flashlight, are you?
Well,
Besides what I have in the car, Miss Matterhorn is packing a lunch basket.
Lunch basket?
The road to Cedar Hill is narrow, Gildy, and with several hundred cars up there, it takes hours to get home. Miss Matterhorn and I enjoy the service, then spread our lunch and listen to the singing birds and the clash of bumpers.
That 11 o'clock service looks better and better.
I thought it was all settled that you'd go.
No, Marjorie, they can conduct the sunrise service without me. You, Leroy, and Bertie go and enjoy yourselves.
I don't know why you don't go.
My dear, I might not get back in time to pass the plate at the regular service. Judge says traffic is pretty heavy out there.
Unky, you've just cooled off on the idea.
Well, I'll admit I'm not as keen about it as I was this morning.
Why?
Well, Peavy and the judge nettled me. They accused me of going just to show off my new Easter suit.
But you don't have a new Easter suit. You just don't want to miss out on your sleep, that's all.
That has nothing to do with it. I'm staying home as a matter of principle.
All right, Unky, if that's your final decision.
That's my final decision.
I did it!
All right, Bertie.
Hello, Bertie. Good afternoon, Miss Winthrop. Come in.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it's Paula.
Hello, Throckmorton. Marjorie.
Hello, Mrs. Winthrop.
Paula, I was about to come over and pay you a visit.
Oh, really?
I have a little Easter gift for you.
Well, that's very thoughtful of you. Well, why don't you give it to me early tomorrow morning?
Early tomorrow morning?
Uh-huh. Leroy told me you're all going to sunrise service.
You did? Well...
Would it be terrible of me if I invited myself to go along?
Oh, Leroy, Bertie, and I'll be delighted to have you go with us.
Paula, I had no idea you planned to go to the service.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it. Marjorie, you should see my Easter suit.
Oh, I want to.
It's blue pastel file with piqué collar, cuffs, and gloves to match.
Oh, it must be darling.
Sounds great. What the heck is file?
And that isn't all. I have matching piqué shoes and hat with file trim.
Oh, how wonderful.
Easter's thrilling. What are you wearing, Marjorie?
Well, I have the cutest linen dress with a full skirt and fitted top, and it has eyelet trim.
Very smart.
Yeah, I can see this is no conversation for a man.
Oh, Throckmorton, here we are talking about our new outfits and not letting you get a word in.
Well...
I know you're going to be so handsome in your new Easter suit.
Handsome? Well, thank you.
I like to see men dress up. You know, people don't just look at the pretty girls.
Yeah.
I hope you got a powder blue pinstripe. I just love them.
Well, I must go. See you bright and early in the morning, Throckmorton.
Yes, indeed, Paula. Bright and early.
Bye-bye, Marjorie. Goodbye, Paula. Unky, I thought you decided not to go to the service.
You going after all, Miss Gildersleeve?
And why shouldn't I go?
Miss Winthrop talked him into it, Miss Marjorie?
She had nothing to do with it.
No, sir.
I thought you weren't going because of what the judge and Mr. Peavy thought.
Why should I worry about what the judge and Peavy think? I'll put on my new suit and go.
You don't have a new suit.
Well, I'll get one.
A powder blue pinstripe?
Well, I had that in mind anyway before Paula mentioned it.
Yes, sir.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Keeping the food budget in line is a mighty good trick these days, if you can do it. And if you've been having difficulty, here's an idea to help you out. You can make really thrifty main dishes with Velveeta, Kraft's smooth, melting, pasteurized, processed cheese food. Velveeta is simply wonderful in casseroles, soufflés, omelets, and for a smooth golden cheese sauce that's perfect so many ways with bits of meat or seafood, vegetables, or just poured over toast. And this Velveeta sauce couldn't be easier to make. All you do is melt a half-pound of Velveeta in the top of your double boiler. Watch how quickly it melts without any lumps at all. Then gradually stir in a third of a cup of milk, season, and serve. How the folks will go for this golden beauty of a cheese sauce. And no wonder. It's delicious because Velveeta gives it such a grand, rich, yet mild cheddar flavor. And Velveeta makes this sauce nourishing because Velveeta is rich in high-quality, complete protein, as well as other important food values from milk. And Velveeta is digestible as milk itself. Get Velveeta tomorrow in the 2-pound loaf so you'll have plenty for snacks and sandwiches, as well as hearty, good-to-eat main dishes that'll help stretch your food budget. Just be sure you see the name Velveeta on the package you buy. Remember, Velveeta is the cheese food of top quality made only by Kraft. Well, the great Gildersleeve had decided not to attend the Easter sunrise service with his little family when his girlfriend Paula Winthrop came over and mentioned how handsome he'd look in his new suit. Of course, the great man didn't have a new suit, but that was 2 hours ago.
Isn't Unky home yet, Bertie?
Not yet, Miss Marjorie. He's probably having trouble finding the suit.
Well, he shouldn't have waited till the afternoon before Easter.
No, ma'am. I never saw a man change his mind so fast.
Neither did I, Bertie.
First he said he wasn't going, then he said he was. Then he said he wasn't because he's afraid somebody'd think he was showing off a new suit he bought, which he wasn't because he didn't.
That's Unky.
Then he said he was because Miss Winthrop thought he'd look handsome in a new suit which he didn't have, but which he would if he had it. So I hope he gets it.
Oh, so do I, Bertie. Oh, my hair's in curlers. I don't want to be seen like this.
That's fine, good Gildersleeve.
Yeah, thanks, Bertie.
What you got in the box, Mr. Gildersleeve? Your new suit?
Yep.
Unky, why'd you ring the doorbell?
Well, seems that when I tried on my new suit, I left my keys in it. I was excited, I guess.
Open the box, Unky. Let's see what you picked out.
All right. I get rid of some of this wrapping twine.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello, Leroy.
Hi.
Well, maybe I can help you, Unky.
What's going on?
I sure am anxious to see that.
So am I, but what am I anxious to see? What's in there?
Leroy, keep your shirt on.
Did you get the one with the stripe?
Yeah, white stripe.
What's in there, a polecat?
Leroy, don't be silly.
I'm not. I'm just trying to find out something.
I can't untie this knot. Where's my penknife?
Mr. Gildersleeve, how'd you get it so fast?
I practically had to grab it and run.
Run with what?
It still has to be let out, Bertie.
Well, take the lid off and let it out. Well, let's see what's in there.
There it is. Isn't that a beauty?
Oh, it's beautiful, Unky.
Ain't that something?
Oh, for corn's sake, nothing but a suit.
My Easter suit, Leroy.
I thought you weren't going to buy an Easter suit.
Well, Marjorie, how do you like this necktie I bought to go with it?
Well, it's very striking, Unky.
It should be with those baseball bats on it.
Leroy, they're not baseball bats. It's just a modern design.
And he got the powder blue suit.
You don't think he'd come home with anything else after what Mrs. Winthrop said, do you?
Ah, so that's why you bought a suit. You want Mrs. Winthrop to see you in it.
Leroy, that isn't it at all. There'll be hundreds of other people who'll see me in it, too. Yeah, I mean, Bertie, you suppose you can give me a hand with a few alterations? The tailor couldn't get it ready today.
Yes, sir. Of course, it's a little late, and I got to take him in my choir robe.
Well, I guess I am upsetting things a little.
Well, if we're going to get up at 4 o'clock, we should be getting to bed soon.
Yeah, I got a lot of things to do.
So have I. But I'll help you with Unky's suit, Bertie.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, now, let's not make a big thing of this. What we need is a little organization, and I'll be the organizer.
Sure.
We all have things to do, so let's do them. Bertie, you go do the things you have to do.
Yes, sir.
Marjorie, you and Leroy get the things done that you have to do.
All right, Unky.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to set the alarm for 4 o'clock and go to bed.
What a character.
Leroy, there'll be a lot of things to do in the morning, and I'll be up bright and early doing them.
It's 4 o'clock. You said you were going to get up and start doing things.
First thing I'm going to do is turn off this alarm and go back to sleep. Where is the darn thing?
Look out, you're pushing it off the table.
Oh, my goodness. Make it stop. Step on the thing, Leroy. Do something.
It's hiding from me under the bed. I got it.
Thank you, my boy. Good night.
Good night. It's Easter morning. We're going to the sunrise service, remember?
Sunrise? Oh, yes. Up, everybody. Rise and shine. Marjorie, Bertie, Leroy, up.
Are you kidding? Everybody's up but you.
Oh?
Don't sit there in bed shouting, rise and shine.
Can't be far. The way traffic is slowing down, Leroy.
Such a winding road.
A little rough, too. Paula, I hope your Easter outfit isn't getting rumpled. It's so beautiful.
I'm fine.
You look lovely.
How can you tell? It's dark.
Leroy. Marjorie, how are you and Bertie doing?
All right, Unky. I just hope Bertie isn't going to be late to join the choir.
Oh, don't worry about Bertie.
We'll make it.
We'd be there now if Unc hadn't spent 10 minutes tying his tie.
Well, Leroy had to get it right. This is Easter, you know.
Are you stopping, Unky?
As far as we can go, Marjorie. Cars are all parked ahead of us.
Well, let's get out and start hiking.
Unky, aren't we awfully far away?
No, my dear, I'll get you there. Just follow me. I know a shortcut.
We got plenty of time. There's no sign of a sunrise yet.
I can't see a thing in this fog.
Hey, Unc, where's your flashlight?
Flashlight? Last night I put it right where I could lay my hands on it this morning.
And you don't know where you put it.
Yes, I do. It's right on the dresser at home. Come on, everybody. Follow me.
Gosh, we haven't seen anybody since we left the car.
Well, Leroy, not many people know about this shortcut, I guess.
Unky, do you know where you're taking us?
Of course I do. I think. Sure. This is the top of the hill, right here.
This is the top of the hill? Well, what hill?
This don't look like Cedar Hill to me.
We came up the back way, Bertie.
Oh, we certainly did. Oh, what a climb.
Where is everybody, Unky?
Well,
Hey, the fog's lifting a little.
You can see up here.
Look, there's the choir and everybody.
where?
Across the ravine on the other hill. Half a mile away.
Oh, fine.
Uncle Mort, you and your shortcuts.
Oh, I'm afraid Bertie will never make it in time to sing in the choir.
I'm sorry, Bertie. Very sorry.
Oh, they'll get along without Bertie.
We'll just have to watch things from up here.
Hey, there's a lot of moving around. What are they getting ready to do?
They're going to have a pageant, Leroy, telling the story of Easter.
Yeah?
Here we are all dressed up and we can't be with the crowd. What an Easter.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, there was only a few on hand the first Easter when they saw the rock was rolled away.
Well, that's right, Bertie. We shouldn't forget that. I guess nobody there put much importance on fine clothes.
Well, I guess they didn't.
Listen. They're playing music.
They're getting ready to sing about the crucifixion.
Oh, Bertie, you were going to sing that.
Yes, ma'am.
Will you sing it for us, Bertie?
We'd like to hear it, Bertie. Would you?
I'd like to.
Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tune. Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb?
How beautiful.
Yeah. We got lost, but we found the true spirit of Easter.
Look, Unc, the sun's rising.
It's a new day.
That's the meaning of Easter. A new day and new hope for the world.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. What do you look for in a snack food? Good, pleasing flavor? Of course. But as guardian of your family's health, Mother, you want that snack food to be wholesome, too. Good for them. So get Velveeta, Kraft's famous pasteurized processed cheese food, and let your family enjoy snacks that are delicious and nourishing. Velveeta is rich in important food values from milk that everyone needs. Remember, for perfect snacks, Velveeta, the quality cheese food made only by Kraft.
This is Gildersleeve again. Thanks to Bertie and the children, our little journey to the mountaintop for the Easter sunrise was a very wonderful experience. I hope that for each one of you, this Easter will bring renewed faith in the promise He gave to all of us. Renewed strength to follow His light through these days when the forces of darkness endeavor to confuse our path. Thank you all. Bertie, your song was lovely.
Thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Good night, everybody. See you next week.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, William Sobronsky, Gene Bates, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
There are two kinds of delicious Kraft prepared mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. And whichever you prefer, remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Try it on cold sandwiches, hamburgers, frankfurters, and cold cuts. Enjoy the wonderful sauces you can make for hot meat and vegetable courses with Kraft prepared mustard. Keep both kinds on hand and keep the whole family happy. Get mild Kraft mustard and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added at your favorite food store.
Next, Groucho Marx presents You Bet Your Life on NBC.